Well, let's see what happens now. They ruined the last one, sent out no notifications. Let's see what happens now. I'm quite sure it's working now. They've accomplished their goal. Was nothing wrong with the audio the first time. Somebody decided to sabotage it so we could be in this peril now where there's two videos out and people are going to click on the broken link because the broken link went places, and this link that's working. See, this is deliberate and planned, and I don't like it. What's up? Well, let's get to the gist of what's going on. They've already made a truce a little bit of a while ago, but this is the first time they've been face to face. Congratulations to Jay Prince for his participation in getting this pulled off. Now, this doesn't mean Push and Drake are cool. Let's get that assessed right now. That's not what this means. Now, what Jay Prince was able to accomplish by having these guys come together, he was able to put together an environment in which these gentlemen can express themselves in a non-violent manner. He put them in a position where people around them lives wouldn't be risked and put in a violent situation because they want to prove something to the other. There's a bigger picture and a bigger goal in place. With the influence Drake have and the influence Kanye have, they could come together and bring their fan base together so that now they can go ahead and focus on the true goal. Because truth of the matter is, Kanye West always wanted to be friends with Drake. He been wanting it over. Drake wouldn't let it in because he was legitimately pissed off with them doing all this snake stuff behind their back. Oh, believe me, they're not gonna be buddy buddy. Drake is doing this to sell the point, but they're not gonna be buddy buddy. I can tell you that now. Why? Why would you be buddy buddy with him? Drake had a line that he took out of his song that I've heard. This was back then. He's saying, and this was when they were trying to squash it before. And he took it out of one of his songs, and it was the one where he's talking about they try to murder you or something, but when it don't work, they come at you with open palms. As you embrace them, they just waiting for the time to imply more harm. So it was something like that. But that verse is taken out. That whole line was taken out. And that's how I knew when this upcoming album came out, that was removed. That was on a mixtape. And I'm surprised that not leaked out of the studio. But no, I'm not surprised because Jay Prince, if that leaked out, somebody here to be gone. No, Kanye, when Kanye wants, see, Kanye is a politician, basically. What Kanye wants is for everybody to love him. And when the thing is going bad and he go left and everybody turn against him, he want to do something to give everybody back in his corner. So everybody can go, yay, yay. And it works. He's done this like 15 times and people have embraced him 15 times. I've never seen anybody get more lives than Kanye West. Oh, he said that whole verse got broken up. They probably did. I wouldn't put Pusha T and Drake in the same room. My thing is, it doesn't make sense. Look at Pusha T, right? He did all that talking about. He was talking and making fun of what's his name, Drake's engineer, 40. You look sick, 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 sick. Talking about all that times ticking, making fun of the man's illness. It's not because like I'm a Drake fan and all that. I'm just like, ooh, that's savage. Like really, really savage. Because 40 never did anything to this man. So for him to really attack 40 in that way made it a really personal thing. And then just saying with karma and energy you bring into your life, now you and Malice just lost your mom. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's connected. I'm just saying that kind of energy you put out there was foul. And now you see something foul has happened or something tragically has happened to you on your end and giving you the pain, the type of pain that he probably felt. So it's like be respectful of guidelines and rules and things of that nature when you make these type of records is what we're trying to say. But I wouldn't put that on Pusha's head and say, see, that's why his mom's gone. I'm just saying. The pain, now you feeling the pain that that person was feeling that you were putting out that type of energy. So you want to kind of like roll it back just a bit. Uh-oh, here come a prisoner of the moment. Golden State going to the finals now. They just lost to Charlotte and lost me my damn money. So F Golden State. But Cino won money today. So Cino's gone. Yeah. Cino's gone. Da, da, da. Cino's home. I guess he hadn't. My prediction for the West. The West is so wide open, and the Lakers are such a bad team. I wouldn't want to see them in the finals either, any which way it goes. If anybody put them in there, I'm gonna be really pissed off. Uh, but I can't see them not putting the Lakers in the finals. This is their last cash out. Western Conference Finals will probably be Golden State versus the Lakers. Then they'll push the Lakers in there, unless Kawhi come back. If Kawhi come back, then we can get our Clippers in Brooklyn. Brooklyn will be in the finals. Then you got your Lakers versus Brooklyn NBA Finals. And that would just be awful to see. Especially if they let LeBron win. If they let LeBron win, I'm probably done with the league completely. I cannot. That's like going in reverse. Will Russ still be on the team? Hell, he might get traded at the All-Star break for Buddy Hield. But if he does that, he's going to mess up even more with the trust with Russell Westbrook. And for all y'all been on my Patreon today, you've already seen what we put out earlier. Exactly. There are a lot of problems going on right now. So hopefully they could all fix it and everybody can get back to normal. But as of right now, it's just problematic. The Sacramento Kings should have fired Luke Walton the day he was hired. The Lakers made that happen. The Sacramento Kings are they like basically their G League team. That is their experimental G League team. They run the front office, everything. They put Vlade Divac in charge. They put everybody there. They told the Kings to hire Luke Walton because he's family to the Lakers. Take Luke Walton. You're going to get rid of your coach last year anyway. Just get rid of him now. Take Luke Walton. We'll make it up to you down the road. Don't worry about it. One hand washing the other hand. Well, they see the bigger picture. If you're talking about Drake and Kanye, I mean, they see the bigger picture down the road. Because this here could show rappers what you need to do. You know, it's like, look, we can come together. Let's end this nonsense. Because we ain't finna do that. We're not finna go down the road to no violence and everybody harming each other for no reason. We've seen that happen in other beefs, and it made no sense when they were doing it. And in the wake of what's going on with all these, basically, those are not even rap beefs. Those are like street gangster, gang beefs. I wouldn't do that if I was Drake, but he might want to. Because they were supposed to do the Watch the Throne album. And then Watch the Throne was supposed to be Drake and Kanye. And then he told Jay-Z about it. And Jay-Z was like, what you doing that for? So then it became Jay-Z hijacked the project and was like, hey, man, it's Hov. Drake was like, man, Hov was like, we need to do that. So, but it was first Kanye and Drake doing the Watch the Throne. So, of course, that's King Snake. King Snake is Jay, you know that. He saw the bigger picture for himself, and it worked for himself. He was able to reinvent himself because he was a relic. These young folks weren't dealing with Jay. He was out of there. They was all about Weezy and Wayne and all that, and he was like, he dropped that album and lost his audience. He was like, what happened to me? Why ain't nobody respond to Kingdom Come? Because he was talking that stuff that they didn't care about. They don't listen to Jay-Z to hear about the Doug Morris, Leor Cohen's, the corporate takeover and all that. They wasn't. Blueprint 3 is when he sold all the way out. That on to the next, all that Illuminati craziness in the back of the video and skull and bones and spike stuff. I'm like, it was New Year's. We was like, as soon as the ball dropped, the new video dropped. I mean, we was like, Happy New Year! And so, they was playing this video back to back. I'm like, what the hell is this? It's Jay-Z's new video. On to the next. I'm like, this dude is sold all the way out. Picasso, baby. I don't really have a problem with Picasso, baby, except for, he's trying to appease too many masters. And when you're trying to do that, you put yourself in a box where, Drake and Kanye fall out again? Of course. I mean, of course, this is Drake and Kanye, this is Kanye, period. You're going to fall out with him again. It's going to happen. He just needs people right now. Kanye's the type of person to say, F you, I don't need you. I don't need you right now. He's mad at Michael Jordan. He's trying to get Jordan to mess with him. That's why he's saying in an interview, Jordan don't need you, bruh. He don't need to deal with you. Michael Jordan just called me. All you got to do is call me, Mike. Michael Jordan ain't gonna talk to you. He mad because I said the Yeezys jump the jump man. No, he just think you a clown. He ain't trying to be on TMZ. Mike is like, I'm making my money and I don't need to be on TV. Mike ain't trying to do interviews. Mike ain't trying to do none of this. Mike was exhausted from that. Mike said, I'm through. And it was in 98, he was tired of it. People follow him around, he can't really go do nothing. Mike cool now. Mike is like, I like it like this. Nobody asking me for no autographs all the time. I'm good. Mike owned his own private plane. Mike got investments people don't even know about. He got restaurants that's successful. Forget the Michael Jordan restaurant thing. That was experimental. He's invested into major investments. See, Mike just didn't marry no white chick. He got a Cuban chick. She's Cuban. She come from money too. Mike be going back over there to Cuba just for to go smoking with them cigars. That's all Mike want to do. Mike doing aficionado stuff, man. He ain't got time for this nonsense everybody else is on. Just keep buying his shoes. That's all he care about. Keep buying the shoes. You got the young generation that never seen him play ball talking about they want the Jordans. Why? Because their parents got the pair of Jordans. They got to have some mics. See, everybody believes that the internet is the only way you can survive. Michael Jordan ain't even on the internet. Jay-Z ain't even on the internet. They billionaires. They made Jay-Z get an Instagram just to promote the movie. He had it for one day, and then he shut it down. And one day, he had 2.2 million followers. Get the F out of here. He can't. I'm like, he got the same many million followers. Well, he had not 2.2. He had like, what, 22 million or whatever. 22 million followers in one day. Negro, please. He had the same amount as Beyonce in one day. Why do I think LeBron's shoes never caught on? I think they did at first. But the problem with LeBron's shoes is that they really was some other shoes, like some Air Maxes, that they just turned into LeBrons. They weren't selling the Maxes, and they was like, man, we're not selling these shoes. Just give it to LeBron. Just call them the LeBrons, and we'll just put 23 on there, and there you go. So they didn't take off because he never had any identity. It's people out here wearing them stupid Kanye shoes, looking like moon boots, walking around. I'm like, what in the world? Got on some Crocs, some oversized Crocs, walking around. I'm like, why would I buy shoes with holes in them? What if it rains? What if you step in some water? Oh damn! Now my whole foot wet. And I'm like, you in Chicago? It's raining, it's snowing, it's cold. You be, damn, it's cold. I'll be like, man, maybe if you had some shoes that really covered your feet instead of got your toes out, you'll be warm. Like the chick at the bus stop, it's freezing cold. She's sitting there with this little tight coat that come up here, exposing her waist. She trying to be cute, got her Got her down on knees showing because she got holes in her jeans and she on the bus stop freezing. I'm like, yeah, now it kicks in, don't it? You want to be cute or you want to be warm? If you want to buy you is what's important to them. He's been locked up longer than I've been alive. He's been locked up almost 50 years. I feel like CO right now. The team is back together. Drake and Ye. They all in Canada hanging out with Drake. They at the bar. What did he say, JC88? I watched it. I didn't see him diss LeBron. I watched the second part. No, they really are trying to come together to do something bigger. They want to go down there and do this march and start this petition so they can free Larry Sr. Because he's in there for non-criminal, like non-violent crimes, and you got this man locked up over 50 years. Let this man go home and see his son. He's never really he's been locked up since his son been in jail, Larry Jr. Then he's never his grandkids. He got great grandkids. He about to have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like let that man get to enjoy his last days and all this stuff at home with his family. Well, that's because Kanye needs support. He would have. I'll tell you one thing: if Trump would have got reelected, he would have got that pardon. He would have got that pardon. Did I vote for Biden? Hell no. Did I vote for Trump? Hell no. Who did I vote for? None of the above. None of the above. You was damned if you do, damned if you don't. I want to vote for somebody who I think will be a good president. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen for a long time. Now, president don't mean anything. Anybody can have a job because they've ruined it. President don't mean anything no more. It's ruined. You know, once they start letting us have something, they don't want it no more. Once they start letting us have something, oh, they don't care about it no more. Watch, they gonna start cutting. Soon as Obama got in there, what did he come in with? The worst economic situation he inherited that. Soon as he walked through the door, worst economic situation. Gas $4. You can't get a house. The government shut down. Everything Trump and them did. They basically just left them with a tore down house. They walked in like, "We the president." And he was like, "Good, fix it. I'm about to go." What about the insurance plan? Yeah, we ain't got one of those. Oh, well, what about the education bill? I wouldn't know where to start. Well, what kind of transition is this, Bush? Well, they kind of hate me because I went and started a war, and we lied. They didn't have nothing over there. I just wanted to kick something off, you know, get me, put my name out there. I got to fly in a plane. Yeah, it was cool. But, the UN didn't like the fact we went over their heads. So people had to lose their jobs because of this. And Tony Blair, he caught a lot because he, King, he rolled with me, and I made him look bad. Some guy was going to tell everything, Tony had to take care of him. And they found him floating in the river in the UK. But that's another story. So what's funny about all that is how much of that was true. Now, well, the thing about it is they'll settle these lawsuits all together, but the majority of that lawsuit it would be on Live Nation more than Travis Scott and Drake. But this is what I was trying to tell you about how this industry and this evil cycle is. How many times have you heard Live Nation name mentioned? Almost not once. And they're the event planners. They put this thing together. They are the money. They put everything in place, but yet you don't hear their name at all. They talk about Drake and Travis every damn day. Drake wasn't even there. Oh, yeah, you might want to get up there. I'm finna put my date up there. When I went on the date, the video I took down, I still got it. I'm gonna put it on the Patreon so y'all can see it. Y'all see what I was. Whew, seeing those home. Seeing those home. Da, da, da. Oh, I was, man. I might have to find her number. Oh, doing the smash and dash. I had to smash and dash out that chick crib. Oh yeah, I went and took some more of the grapes. Yeah, that was a crazy night. She was feeding me grapes, everything. It was crazy. Yeah, it was a great night. Oh, I'm in the burbs, so my hair can look like this. My hair can look like Kanye West barber cut it. It ain't gonna make no difference out here. Now, if I go to the city, if I had one little part that's up here, they'd be talking, yeah, man. Oh, look at your, oh, look at this. Look at this. Hey, what they do to you, son? Oh, damn. Damn, they fucked you up. Oh, you went to 87, didn't you? You went to 87th Street. He went to 87th Street because that's that dude. He got them clippers where the one end is broke because he dropped that mug. Yeah, it's kind of bent up. And he hit you up with that, didn't he? Didn't he? You was at 87. I'll be like, this man said, stop it. You live in the burbs? Yeah. Duh. I still go to the city, but damn, yeah, I live in the burbs. I live where the police get your cat out the tree. What's wrong with living where your people at? They live, there's people, my people out here too. You only live in the area you live in because that's where your income dictate where you live. Nobody wants to live in the poverty. They live in poverty because they couldn't get out of poverty. Everybody's trying to do better to escape it. Nobody talking about, hey, we leaving our people. Nobody do that. They looking like we just want to go to good schools, get better education for our kids and all that. It's designed that way. They're not just, the cities are not helping all these people in the communities. They basically going in circles because they trying to help. And I try to help them as much as possible, but you know that it's a plan against you when you start actually trying to help and seeing what the problem is. And in the city telling you they have no money in the budget. Like, we got no money in the budget for that. We can't. They're not filling out census things. They're blaming the people. Of course, poor people get blamed for being poor all the time. They take away your jobs. You got to travel. If you ain't got a car, you ain't gonna find no jobs nowhere where you are. There's no recreational centers. All the stores close at 7 o'clock at night. Ain't nothing for you to do but to hang out in the streets and get in trouble. Right? The cure has always been in place. You start with the kids. The schools are overcrowded. So your educational bill, that should have been the first thing you did as president. But you didn't do that. The city don't want to pay to have recreational learning centers or trade schools for these children to learn and learn a trade that they could use to move forward in life, skills that'll teach them where they can go out and get jobs. Why do you think most of the construction jobs are Hispanic and white males? Those are the highest jobs: machine jobs, construction, landscaping. These jobs are basically a bedrock of this nation. And if you don't know how to do any, you're going to be in trouble Like most of these people, if the whole internet just all went down, they would starve and die. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to farm. They don't know how to do anything. These were basic survival tips that you had to learn as a child growing up in the 1800s. We know less now than what we knew in the 1800s and the 1600s. We knew how to survive and take care of a family, growing things from the earth. We know how to fix cars because if we get stuck on the road, we might get caught by a lynch mob. So it was imperative that we had to do what we had to do to get the car back fixed and get on that road. We couldn't be left stranded in some town where they can tear you apart. We were more unified. We understood threats. So we had to make sure we took care of what we had to take care of. Parents and students used to have to walk 8 miles to school because they couldn't get on a bus. And they all had to walk in a group to protect each other. So we knew more then than we knew now. No, but see, it's our government's job. The poor people pay more taxes than all these rich folks. Why in the world don't we have these trades in the community? Why don't we have all of these things that's out here that we were just speaking about? Why don't we have that in the community right now? It doesn't make any sense. They want you to be dumb, deaf, and blind so that you can fill up their prison system that they have in place. So they can build what they want to continue to build, which they started in the 90s, an economic prison system with Tipper Gore and the rest of the people out there doing what they're doing to shut it down for you. This has all been on the Patreon, the Casino for Life Patreon. We explain all of it. If you're a VIP member, you better go over there and OD yourself. You could pay for 1 month because you could always stop it at any time you want and you come back in when you want or when you get your money up. But for the money you get a lifetime of education. We have fun over there too, but still, you get education, financial, the whole shebang bang. You can have a lot of knowledge, but if you don't have the opportunity, that's even worse. I know people who got college degrees. I mean, MBAs, and they were bagging groceries at Jewel's because they were stuck with student loans they couldn't get from under. Then they got credit card debt. They got to pay that off. And then they can't get a job in their field. I told you, I've seen it. So I've already know how the system works. If I want my degree, oh, that's easy. All I got to do is just say, hey, I already have my certificates for the degree. It wasn't doing me. I'm like, I don't need it. Keep it. I'm not going to pay you another. It was a hustle for me. I'm like, it's a hustle. I already got the credits that I need. Nothing that I've done at this university is going to matter. No certificate that you can give me is going to take me. They say, well, this guy got this. Now we're going to bump him up. No, I'm going to be my own boss. Because I can see at this point, I can't work for people. That's not going to work because they basically have idiots working in positions now. They got there because their daddy knew somebody and put them in charge. Now I got to work for a guy who don't know what the hell he doing. What's up, sincerely? Well, see, that's the problem now. Everybody wants to work for somebody who they don't even know is responsible for all of the bad things that are going on and transpiring. for yourself. It's tedious, it's a headache, and you don't want to do it, but you end up doing it anyway. Right? Yep, nepotism. It's a big, I mean, look, nepotism goes each way. How many nieces, nephews, cousins, you know somebody, a friend of a friend? That's the number one way to get employed in America. You either family, a friend, or both. Oh, I know a guy who did this and that. I know sincerely they screwed up the audio on the first video, so I had to make a second video, which they weren't going to send the notifications out for, just so they can do this. It was purposely sabotaged. They sabotaged the audio on that video. So this one, this is how it played out. Oh, they doing their YouTube job again. No, everybody wants to go into real estate now. That's the problem too. Everybody wants to be a real estate agent. It's people don't understand real estate. You got to study real estate. Stop going online just to get a license and run out there and start selling houses. You got to know what you're doing, because you're going to get yourself in a financial bind trying to sell real estate when you don't know what you're doing. Trust me. I had an ex who went down this avenue and thought that when we was broken up, I was supposed to help her sell houses or something. I'm like, you must be on crack. Jesus Christ. No, it's just like any other job. You don't do the research, you don't do the work, you don't put in what you should put in, you're not going to get the things out of it that you need to get out of it. Trading is good, but like I say, with everything that goes on, you got to do your research. You got to research it. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure you do your homework. Study. Don't try to half-ass everything. And that's our problem. We want a shortcut for every damn thing. Well, let's shortcut. Let's take this way. Right, but you want to know about what you're doing. See, that's the problem. We don't know about what we're doing until it's too late. Rappers don't know about the business part of the contracts. They just want to get paid. So then they get screwed. And then when about time 6, 7 years go by, and they start realizing that what's going on with their money, now they want to sue and leave record labels and bounce from here to there. The Migos should be damn near billionaires. But because they were signing so many deals and not staying high and not noticing what was going on, this is why you don't see Migo albums every year. Because they don't make no money really off the Migo albums. They make the money off the shows and the tours, but they don't really make anything off the records. They make more money being individually doing things. That's why Offset's doing his branding with Cardi and doing over there. Takeoff just got to do his own thing. And Quavo, he produce and be on other people's stuff because they get more money doing that way. That's what I'm saying. People got to realize the game is changing. It's real stuff going on in the world, and people don't even know about it. But they have been doing this, and they've been on this for a minute. So it's not like something that's new that just came out of nowhere and people don't know anything about it. They've been on this tip, and everybody knows